my baby. Got me staring at you. So
They're an anime that pushed boundaries. And then there's Redo of Heal. This show was so controversial, it got banned on multiple streaming platforms before most people even had a chance to watch it. And yet, it became one of the most talked about anime of 2021. Is it a bold piece of dark storytelling, or just shock value dressed up in a fantasy costume? Welcome to Adoogez, and today, we're going somewhere most channels won't. Redo of Healer is a 2021 anime series produced by TNK based on the light novel by Ruizu. The story follows Keyaru, a healing hero who spends years being brutally abused and exploited by the very party he was supposed to support. He eventually uses his power to rewind time, goes back to the beginning, and methodically dismantles everyone who wronged him. And when I say methodically, I mean it. This show does not hold back. Since this is an anime series, there's no traditional box office, but the commercial story here is genuinely fascinating. The Blu-ray volumes sold strong in Japan. The light novel surged past 1.5 million copies in circulation after the anime aired, and the show trended globally on social media for weeks, all while being delisted from Crunchyroll and heavily censored on other platforms. That kind of controversy, it only made more people want to find it. Let's start with the revenge theme, because that's the core of everything here. Keyaru's journey isn't portrayed as heroic, it's portrayed as inevitable. The show is deliberate about making you feel the full weight of what was done to him before he strikes back. It's designed to make you uncomfortable and then ask you, is his revenge justified? That moral ambiguity is genuinely compelling, even if the execution is deeply controversial. Now, the adult content, I have to be direct. Redo of Healer contains extremely graphic material, including sexual violence, that is absolutely unsuitable for anyone under 18. This isn't just fan service. Some scenes are used narratively to establish how horrific Hiru's abuse was, but the show crosses lines that make it genuinely hard to recommend broadly, even to adult viewers who are okay with dark content. That's not a warning I give lightly. What's actually interesting about the narrative, though, is how it focuses on the dark side of humanity. Specifically, how power corrupts. The heroes in this world aren't noble. The princess who was supposed to protect Keyaru treated him as a disposable tool. And the show uses that inversion, the healer becoming the most dangerous person in the room, to make a sharp statement about how trust gets broken when institutions fail people completely. There's also something to be said about Keyaru as a character. He's cold, calculated, and morally irredeemable by most standards. And yet, the writing makes sure you understand exactly why he became that way. It's not sympathy the show asks for, it's understanding. And that psychological layer is what separates it from pure shock content, at least in theory. But let's be real about the problems, because there are several. The biggest flaw is that the show leans too heavily on its shock factor at the expense of narrative depth. Some of Kiru's revenge sequences start to feel repetitive by the midpoint, and supporting characters rarely get enough development to feel meaningful. The pacing also stalls in the final episode, where the story shifts from sharp revenge thriller to something that feels far less focused and far less intentional. So, is Redo of Healer worth watching? That depends entirely on who you are as a viewer. If you're looking for a dark, psychologically intense revenge story and you're an adult who can handle extreme content, there's something genuinely thought-provoking buried in here. But if you're easily disturbed or if dark fantasy means a bit edgy to you, this is not the show. I'm giving Redo of Healer a 6.5 out of 10. Provocative and occasionally brilliant, but too often its own worst enemy.
Ready to go. I don't even know at a time when. I don't know at a time when.
Now, I want your take. Do you think Redo of Healer is a genuinely bold piece of dark storytelling, or does it go too far to be taken seriously? Drop your honest opinion in the comments. No judgment here. And if you want more reviews that actually say what others won't, this is Adoogez. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.